News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Tuesday, 7th of March 2023 and it's equivalent to 14th of Sha'aban 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines. Threat to Guba polls, INEC seeks variation of inspection order granted OB Atiku. Banks begin payment of old 500 naira, 1000 naira notes. Soldiers goes berserk, kills commander, 2 others shot self. And on the foreign scene, Indonesia landslide kills 15, dozens feared missing. And in sport, fan slams Flying Eagles after under-20 AFCON semi-finals defeat. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayet Sani Ibrahim. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has approved the Court of Appeal in Abuja, praying it to vary the orders it granted the presidential candidates of the Labour Party LP and People's Democratic Party PDP to be allowed to inspect sensitive materials that were used for the presidential election. INEC, in its legal process dated March 4, urged the Appellate Court, which will sit as a presidential election petition tribunal, to vary the order to enable it to reconfigure the bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS) it used for the presidential poll on February 25. It told the court that the configuration was necessary since the BVAS will also be deployed for the next round of elections, starting with governorship and state assembly elections bill for Saturday, as well as other rescheduled elections, according to the INEC, without a prompt variation of the inspection order granted to Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, especially the aspect of restraining it from tampering with information contained in the BVAS. It will be difficult for it to proceed with the scheduled elections. No date has been fixed for the hearing of the process filed by INEC. The electoral umpire has to serve the process on the respondents to enable them respond. Given the urgency, newsmen gathered that hearing may take place on Tuesday on Wednesday. The presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party PDP Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu were at loggerheads over the conduct of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC and the protest embarked upon by the opposition party leadership against the outcome of the February 25 presidential election. Atiku, alongside National Chairman of the PDP, Senator Oyocha Ayu, and other party leaders during a protest at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, described the presidential poll as a charade, adding that the integrity of INEC is on trial because it allegedly failed to fulfill its promises regarding use of the bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS), and electronic transmission of results from the polling units to its result viewing portal real-time. However, Tinubu disagreed with Atiku on the conduct and result of the election, saying the PDP candidate had no chance of winning the poll and should stop crossing traffic signals in Abuja via protest. Tinubu challenged the former vice president to go to the court where his grievances will be heard, not at INEC headquarters. The race for the leadership of the House of Representatives in the coming 10th National Assembly is intensifying as more aspirants are emerging on the scene. It was learned that on Monday that more members of the House from the Southwest Geopolitical Zone are seeking the office of the Deputy Speaker, an indication that the office might be zoned to the zone. When contacted, Chairman of the House Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission, Olubumi Tunji Ojo, APC Ondo, said he had yet to declare any ambition for any leadership position at the Senate and the House. However, aspirants are expected to begin declaration for the choice positions as the National Assembly resumes from electing break on March 14. Out of the 6 geopolitical zones, the Southwest has produced the president, while the Northeast has the vice president-elect. Following the Supreme Court judgment which extended the validity of the Central Bank of Nigeria currency redesign policy to December 31, some banks across the country have started paying out the old 500 naira and 1000 naira notes to customers. Guarantee Trust Bank, Polaris Bank and some other banks were on Monday confirmed to be dispensing the old notes in Abuja and Kano. A banker who spoke with newsmen was quoted as saying that the directive to begin paying the old notes in their vault was from their management. Meanwhile, CBN had not officially issued a bank-wide circular instructing the Deposit Money Bank to comply with the Apex Court judgment, neither has the presidency reacted to the ruling. A soldier, Lance Corporal Nwobodo Chinonso, on Sunday killed himself after shooting 3 persons dead at the accommodation center of the forward operating base in Raba, Sokoto State. It was gathered that the victims include the commander of the forward operating base, Raba Command, Lieutenant Sam Oladapo, the FOB, Raba Command, Sergeant Major Ilyasu Inusa, and another private soldier, Attahiru Muhammad. A military source said the event that led to the death of the soldiers started when an argument involving only the Oladapo. The source said during the argument, Inusa and Muhammad intervened and Chinonso allegedly shot the 3 soldiers dead and thereafter killed himself. The source, however, linked the cause of the incident to a post-traumatic stress disorder, adding that the corpses had been deposited at the Usman M. Fodio University Teaching Hospital morgue. Reacting, the Nigerian Army, in a statement by the Director, Army Public Relations Officer Onyema Nwachukwu on Monday, said an investigation had commenced into the incident. One person was reportedly set ablaze inside his Sienna car when gunmen stopped the Abakpa area of the Enugu metropolis at about 5:30 a.m. Yesterday, about 2 vehicles and 5 tricycles were also burned by the hoodlums suspected to be enforcing sit-at-home order that was gradually being ignored by residents in the southeast. The incident brought about early morning fear that made people withdraw from going out but overcame fear later in the day. The incident occurred at the Liberty bus stop, Abakpa, Enugu East local government area of the state capital, where the hoodlums descended on the passenger's vehicle that traveled to Nsukka. Similarly, the gunmen were at the popular T-junction in the same Abakpa area where they reportedly burned the driver inside the car. Efforts to reach the State Police Command spokesman proved abortive as of the time of filing this report. No fewer than 61 persons were said to have died from the outbreak of diphtheria in Kano State. Selma Suwaid, Kano diphtheria case manager, disclosed this yesterday at a webinar organized by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, with the theme Diphtheria Outbreak in Nigeria, Vaccination Response. Diphtheria is a bacterial infection caused by the Conibacterium species that affect the nose, throat, and sometimes skin of an individual. Some symptoms of diphtheria include fever, runny nose, sore throat, cough, red eyes, neck swelling, and difficulty in breathing. Swede said a total of 780,360 male and 423 female patients have been admitted to various hospitals so far in Kano, adding that the average hospital stay of the patients was 4 days. Adejoke Oladele, the representative of the Director, Disease Control and Immunization, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, said the agency was working closely with the NCDC and partners to ensure a rapid increase in diphtheria vaccination coverage. No fewer than 50 persons have been feared killed during a 4-day attack by suspected gunmen who invaded some communities in Kwande local government area of Benue State. It was gathered that the affected communities include Adam, Iyarinwa, Ambande, Ituluf, Wayabogundu, Agura, Ayaga, and Azege areas in Turan Council Ward, Kwande local government area. The immediate past chairman of the local government area, Tatswa Yakbewan, while speaking to journalists on Monday, said over 50 people were killed during the attacks by suspected herdsmen. However, the state police public relations officer Catherine Anene, when contacted, debunked the casualty figures. Gunmen have reportedly killed Reverend Musa Hayok of the Church of Christ in Nation and his two sons in the Ganawuri community of Riom local government area of Plateau State. The police public relations officer Alfred Alabo confirmed the incident to newsmen yesterday in Jos, the Plateau State capital. Alabo said the cleric was killed on Sunday morning. He said the command has commenced an investigation to unravel those behind the attack. However, the youth leader of the community, Mr. Song Moro, alleged that the incident was a reprisal attack following the killing of 3 Fulani youths in the community. Moro said the bodies of the pastor and his sons have been buried amid tension and tight security in the Ganawuri axis. And on the foreign scene, at least 15 people were killed and dozens are feared missing after torrential rains and landslide battered one of the Indonesia's outmost islands bordering the South China Sea. Disaster officials said Monday. Pictures provided by the National Disaster Mitigation Agency BNPB showed mud and debris from the landslide had inundated houses after a cliff on the remote Sarasan Island. The remoteness of the village where the landslide struck in the Natuna region of Riau province, combined with poor weather and downed communication lines, complicated rescue efforts. According to officials, Riau Islands Disaster Mitigation Agency spokesperson Junaina added that with the communication network in the affected area between Borneo Island and Peninsula Malaysia cut off, it was hard to get the latest information. And in sport, football-loving Nigerians have slammed the Flying Eagles following their lethargic display against the Gambia in Monday's Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations semi-final clash at the Cairo Stadium. Egypt, Adama Bojang scored the winner for the junior Scorpions after 7 minutes after he raced onto a defense-splitting pass from Ebrima Senhate. Despite trailing by the early goal, Ladam Borso's team dominated possession but lacked the brilliance in midfield to create chances and score. Forwards Ibrahim Muhammad, Samson Lowell, Halluru Sarki and Francis Abubakar all failed to get their strikes on target, while substitute and Belgium-based forward Ahmed Abdullahi, who won a penalty in the dying minutes of the game, watched agonizingly as his spot kick hits the left post and rebound into play in the 85th minute. The Flying Eagles will face Tunisia in the third-place match on Friday, while Gambia battles Senegal, who beat Tunisia 3-0 in the other semis in the final on Saturday. With this story, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Unity.